Buckle up, everyone, because today we're going deep on the Fast and Furious franchise.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how did a movie about street racing turn into
I know, right?
a global phenomenon that just keeps breaking box office records
It's wild.
for like 2 decades?
It's incredible.
So we've got this awesome YouTube video breaking down the timeline
Oh, cool.
and all the highlights so we can really see how this thing evolved.
Yeah, that's the key, right?
Not just like what happened in each movie,
Exactly.
but what was the driving force
Uh-huh.
behind its staying power
Yeah.
from those early kind of gritty street racing days
For sure.
to the just totally bonkers spectacle that it is now.
Larger than life.
Totally.
A lot of people say like Fast Five was the turning point.
Oh, really?
But I think it goes back even further.
Oh, interesting.
Like you got to look at the original, The Fast and the Furious from 2001.
Well, yeah, the one that started it all,
Right.
when it was all about like
Yeah.
that underground car culture.
Uh-huh.
We first meet Dom.
And Brian.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You get that,
That raw energy
yeah.
of like those street races
Totally.
and those truck heists.
Oh, those truck heists.
Yeah.
They were almost like a side note in that first one.
Right. But looking back,
Yeah.
they kind of hinted where the whole thing was headed.
Interesting.
And even then they had that theme
Yeah.
of loyalty and family,
Yeah.
that these characters would do anything for each other.
I was just thinking that, how
Yeah.
those themes just become so central.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's like
right.
woven into the DNA of the franchise.
You can't talk about Fast and Furious without
Yeah.
talking about family.
Absolutely.
And you know what's wild?
What's that?
I heard that Vin Diesel turned down
No.
$25 million
Seriously.
for the sequel
Wow.
because he didn't like the script.
He walked away from that.
Yeah. It shows you how committed he was
Totally.
to the character and to his vision.
Even back then.
For what the franchise could be,
It's crazy.
$25 million?
I know.
That's a lot of money.
That's a big gamble.
It paid off, though.
Oh, yeah, big time.
He came back for Fast and Furious in 2009.
Which I think really set the stage for everything that came after.
Interesting.
They brought back
Yeah.
some key players,
Okay.
deepened the mythology,
Right.
and really started leaning into
Yeah.
those heist elements.
It was smart to bring back
Oh, yeah, for sure.
those core characters.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
two Fast, Two Furious
Yeah,
and Tokyo Drift, they were fun, but
Yeah.
they lacked that.
that weight,
Yeah.
that emotional depth.
I think Tokyo Drift almost like derailed the whole thing.
Yeah, it's the lowest grossing film
Oh, wow.
in the whole series.
Really?
They tried to reboot it
Oh,
with a new cast,
interesting.
and it just didn't connect.
People weren't having it.
Nope.
But then
Yeah.
that 2009 kind of soft reboot
Right.
brings everyone back.
It's like a reunion.
It is.
And
yeah.
suddenly the stakes are higher.
Yeah.
The relationships feel more meaningful.
Totally.
And then they bring in The Rock
Oh, yeah. Dwayne Johnson.
in Fast Five.
Talk about a power move.
Total game changer.
Right.
You go from like
Yeah.
street level stuff
Uh-huh.
to these massive global.
It's huge.
Yeah.
And that dynamic between
Yeah,
him and
yeah.
Dom,
So good.
so good.
And they bring in
Yeah.
characters from other movies.
Right.
And it's like
Yeah.
this whole Fast family,
It's brilliant.
pure genius.
I know.
It's like they're saying,
Yeah.
we're all in this together,
Right.
ride or die.
It's that sense of
Exactly.
legacy, shared history.
And people loved it.
They ate it up.
Totally.
Fast Five was like
It was a moment,
a cultural moment,
for sure.
but it also marked a shift
Oh,
in
definitely.
the tone of the franchise. Things got bigger,
Oh, yeah.
bolder,
Way more over the top.
more ridiculous.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like, think about that vault heist
Oh, my
in
God.
Fast Five.
Oh, my God.
They're dragging a giant safe
I know.
through the streets of Rio.
It's crazy.
It's completely over the top,
Totally.
but it's so entertaining.
Yeah. And I think that's the key.
Yeah.
They embrace the absurdity,
Uh-huh.
but they never lose sight of
Yeah.
those core themes.
Right.
Family loyalty.
Right.
Defying the odds.
A check.
And it's not just spectacle. Like
Yeah.
Fast Five
Yeah.
was a really clever way to bring together
Yeah.
all those threads
Right.
from the earlier movies.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
creating this sense of continuity
Oh,
and purpose.
It's like they built their
Yeah,
own
I'm-
expanded universe
Totally.
before Marvel made it cool.
Way
That's
before-
wild.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they're rewarding the fans who've been there.
Right, from the beginning.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
building a world.
Yeah.
You know, they take these characters who started as like rivals
Right.
and turns it
Into family.
Into a family.
It's a formula that works.
It really does.
Like, look at Fast and Furious 6.
Oh, yeah.
Everything that worked in 5 just cranked up to 11.
To 11, that...
Runway scene.
Oh, my God.
It just keeps going.
It never ends.
It's insane.
They just threw physics out the window.
Totally.
But that's part of the fun.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a live-action cartoon.
You know it's not real, but...
It's so good.
Yeah.
You can't help but be entertained
Absolutely.
by how crazy it is.
Totally. And they still manage to balance all that. With these genuine moments of heart.
Totally.
Especially in Furious 7.
Oh, yeah.
After Paul Walker passed away.
It's remarkable how they handled that.
Yeah.
I mean, that tribute at the end.
It's so moving.
So powerful.
Yeah.
You know, they turned a real-life tragedy into this cinematic moment that celebrated his legacy.
Totally.
And, you know...
And the bond between...
The bond between those characters.
It really shows you that family's not just a word in these movies.
It's everything.
A way of life.
And it resonated with people.
Oh, yeah.
On such a deep level.
Absolutely.
And even with Paul's passing...
Right.
The franchise just kept
going.
Kept going.
Like the Furious.
Broke box office records.
I know.
That submarine chase.
Oh, my God.
I mean,
insane. It's like they said, we're going to honor Paul by making the most over-the-top movie
ridiculous
ever.
I love it.
And it worked.
It did.
People loved it.
Yeah, it's interesting how the franchise has kind of mirrored this trend in action movies in general.
Totally.
This move away from gritty realism to this larger-than-life spectacle.
You could argue that Fast and Furious kind of led the way.
Yeah.
They showed Hollywood that audiences want this.
They want to escape.
That escapism.
Pure fun.
Yeah.
Defying logic.
And they tapped into that.
They did.
That desire. For something. Just pure and fun.
Just a break from the real world.
Exactly.
Wasn't all smooth sailing, though, right?
Oh, right. There was that.
The feud, Vin Diesel.
I mean.
Clash of the Titans.
It was a whole thing.
It was.
Added a whole other layer of drama.
To the real life story.
Yeah, to the real life story.
And ultimately, The Rock left.
Yeah, he's not in the main series anymore.
Which is a shame.
I know.
Because they're so good together.
That chemistry was electric.
It was. But hey.
Hollywood.
That's showbiz.
Right.
But the franchise kept chugging along.
They even did a spin-off.
Oh, yeah. Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
It seems like they can do no wrong.
They just keep getting bigger.
F-9, they sent a car into space?
I know.
I mean, at this point.
What can't they do?
Is there anything?
Obviously, they won't try.
Nor try.
Like, there are no limits.
And Fast X, it's just the beginning of the end.
Right, the beginning of the end.
For Dom and the crew.
Yeah. They said it's a
two-part
finale.
At least there's rumors of a third film.
Oh, wow.
To wrap it all up.
It's hard to imagine how they top themselves.
Right.
But I have a feeling they will.
They always do.
They always find a way.
They always find a way.
It's crazy.
So after all these years, all these crazy stunts,
I know.
all this talk about family, what do you think?
What's the secret?
To their success.
To the Fast and Furious.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Franchise's enduring success.
I think it's a few things.
First of all, they deliver what people want.
Yeah.
Action, charismatic characters.
Right.
Escapism.
Escapism.
And they embrace the absurd.
Yes.
But never lose sight of family. Loyalty.
Yeah.
Second chances. Those themes.
They resonate universally.
Totally.
It doesn't matter where you're from.
Right.
What language you speak.
It's just human.
Yeah.
And let's be honest.
Okay.
Sometimes you just want to see a car fly through the air and land on a moving train.
Exactly.
That's the magic of movies.
That's the magic.
It's that power to transport you.
To another world.
To another world. Yeah. Make you believe.
That anything is possible.
The impossible.
Right.
Even if it's just for a couple hours.
It's interesting, though.
That's it.
For all their success, they don't always get the best reviews. The critics...
Well, the critics aren't always on board.
Yeah. They say the plots are...
The dialogue.
The dialogue is.
And the
action is.
Too much. But I think they miss the point.
Yeah.
It's not about being high art. It's about entertaining.
Entertaining.
Giving you a thrill ride.
What you won't forget.
Exactly.
And they do that really well.
They do it better than anyone.
They really do.
And they've built this amazing community.
Around these films.
Yeah, it's global.
It is.
It transcends language, cultures.
And it's all built on this love of...
fast cars.
Yeah.
Epic stunts.
Yeah.
And family.
In family.
It's really remarkable.
It is.
How they defied all the odds. Evolved with the times.
Yeah.
And left this mark.
Undeniable mark.
On pop culture.
On pop culture.
It's incredible.
It really is.
And it's crazy how it's like a mirror.
Oh, yeah.
Of like how society has changed.
Totally.
Over the years.
The early ones were so... late 90s, early 2000s.
Like that core culture.
It was all about the...
yeah.
You know, souped up imports, street racing, that whole look, that aesthetic.
Yeah.
And then as the world got more connected, the movies did too.
Totally.
They went global.
The casts got more diverse.
More diverse.
The missions were all over the place.
It's like globalization.
Yeah.
In action.
In action and the technology.
Oh my God. From that first movie to like F9.
It's insane.
Where they're hacking satellites.
I know.
They've kept up with how much we rely on
technology.
Yeah. It's kind of meta.
It is.
Almost like as the world got more techie.
Yeah.
So did Dom's crew.
It makes it feel relevant.
Relevant, even when it's like...
even when it's totally unbelievable.
Totally unbelievable.
Yeah.
They're winking at us.
Like they're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know this is crazy.
But so is the world.
But even with all that...
yeah, they never forget about
the family. It always comes back to that.
That's what keeps people...
that's what keeps them coming back.
Coming back, yeah.
You can have all the...
explosions,
car chases.
Yeah.
But if you don't care...
yeah.
about the characters...
it's just empty.
It's meaningless.
Yeah, and they've created...
such a good cast.
Such great characters.
You've got Dom.
Yeah, a leader.
Brian Letty.
Phoenix Cop, tough as nails.
Right.
Comic relief.
They're all so good.
They all work so well together.
And it makes you wonder, where can they go from here?
I know.
Seriously.
They've broken every law of physics.
They've been to space.
They've been to space.
Or like the Avengers.
What
else can they do?
That's the thing.
Right.
They keep surprising us.
Imagine going back to 2001.
To 2001.
Telling someone
that they'd have a submarine chase.
Yeah.
And a Pontiac Fiero.
With a rocket strapped to it? They'd laugh at you.
They would not believe you.
They wouldn't.
But here we are.
Here we are.
And Fast X is just the beginning.
Of the end.
Of the end.
Crazy.
At least one more movie.
Right.
Maybe two.
Wow.
To wrap it all up.
Who knows what they'll come up with?
I'm excited to see it.
Me too.
What crazy stunts.
Yeah.
What heartwarming moments.
What's next?
It's been so fun.
It has.
To revisit this franchise.
As from the beginning.
From those gritty streets to the
this
global spectacle. It's amazing.
It's a testament to creative vision.
Yeah.
Dedicated fans.
Absolutely.
And a willingness to just...
embrace the crazy.
Embrace the crazy.
Totally.
So to our listeners, we leave you with this.
Okay.
What impossible feat?
What could they possibly do next?
Could the Fast and Furious family pull off next?
That would blow our minds.
That would leave you speechless?
Think about it.
Keep those engines revved. Keep your imagination running.
Because this ride
isn't over yet.
Is not over yet.